As a dad, my kids often ask me some really good questions. When does a joke become a dad joke? Well, when it becomes apparent. As a realtor in Vancouver, the most common question I get asked by a first-time home buyer is,
when is it the best time to buy a home in Vancouver?
Well, you've probably heard this before. The best time to buy a home in Vancouver is yesterday.
Cool, super helpful. Let me just fire up my time machine real quick.
But if you're buying a home in Vancouver, where timing can mean a $50,000 swing just based on vibes alone, then the real question should be, is there actually a best time to buy, or is everyone just making it up as they go? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, my name is Simon Liu, and I am your friend in real estate here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. The goal of this channel is to become your most trusted and reliable source of information about real estate in and around Vancouver. We aim to provide you with the most up-to-date, most interesting and relevant information that you need to know about for your next move. If you are thinking about making a move to Vancouver and its surrounding areas, my team and I would love the opportunity to be interviewed to be your realtor. We have helped close to 1,000 families happily move up, down, and around over the last 19 years. So I invite you to send me an email to info@happyhomesvancouver.com or a text message to 778-688-6838. Let's help you find your happy home. Buyers sitting on the sidelines treats real estate like they're waiting for the annual Black Friday sale, as if one day everything is just 30% off and people politely line up to buy a home. In this video, we're going to break this down properly. Not just the seasons, but also when sellers are most ready to talk, when competition gets ridiculous, and the sneaky windows where buyers quietly win. Because timing the market perfectly is impossible, but timing your strategy, that's where things get interesting. When I see a first-time home buyer in the spring market, I am reminded of a scene in Jurassic Park where Grant, Sattler, and Malcolm see a Bronchiosaurus for the first time, and they are full of wonder and excitement. You walk into a beautifully staged home with great natural light, blooming flowers in the yard, just the perfect curb appeal. Suddenly, there's a breach in security and there are Velociraptors dressed as competing buyers running wild, and everything becomes chaotic. It's offer day and you now realize it might be too good to be true. Welcome to the spring market in Vancouver. So what's it actually like to buy a home in the springtime? We see the highest inventory levels of the year. Tons of buyers enter the market. Prices often trend up due to competition. You will have more options, but so does everyone else. Spring is a good time to buy for those who value choice over price. People who need to move within a set time frame. This is not the time to buy a home if you're trying to get the best price. You buy in the springtime because the time is right for you and because you are looking for a long-term home. But if you act fast and buy early in spring, you will still come out ahead. Squirrel. That's right, it's the dog days of summer. The squirrels are out. That means the sun is too. And in Vancouver, when the sun is out, the beach is waiting. The mountain trails are calling. That sudden urge to take a road trip halfway across the country to Winnipeg is in the cards. Okay, maybe not that last one. But when summer hits, suddenly the market feels like that moment when your usually lively group chat goes quiet. People are busy with their travel plans, kids are out of school, half of the city is sitting on some patio ingesting equal parts local small batch beer and car-induced smog. What typically happens to the Vancouver real estate market in the summer is that the buyer demand drops. Listings tend to sit longer. Less competition overall due to the distractions present. This is where patient buyers start to see some leverage. Because sellers who list in the summer often need to sell. They didn't just wake up one morning and think, you know what would be fun? Cleaning the house for strangers to visit every weekend in August. So if you are someone who hates chaos and like people who are willing to negotiate, then buying a home in Vancouver during the summer months is for you. The fall market in Vancouver is like a dream come true. It starts off in September after Labor Day, nice and slow. The kids are back in school, sports programs are starting up again, and you're regaining that familiar routine. There are usually a decent number of listings that have been sitting through the summer where the sellers are feeling frustrated to not have sold yet. This is your chance to get into that home that you missed out on in the springtime. Suddenly, pow! That was a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick to the face. Where did that come from? Heading into October, buyers return in numbers. Their kids are also back in school, and their lives are also back in order. And they also want that house that they missed out on in springtime. Their objective is to get settled into their new home before Christmas. so that Santa has an address to deliver their presents to. What I'm trying to say is the fall market is a mixed bag. What happens first is serious buyers return. Inventory is still decent. Sellers start adjusting their expectations. But later on, buyers become motivated to buy a home before Christmas. At the same time, sellers become discouraged and start taking their homes off the market for Christmas. This divergence creates a bit of a short squeeze, and it usually lasts until mid-December. So if you plan on buying a home in the fall market, my suggestion is to call the team at Happy Homes early. We'll help you beat the rush. Immediately after this year-end surge in sales, the winter market kicks in. It's quiet, it's slow, and honestly, it's a little bit awkward. Have you ever watched the movie 50 First Dates? Drew Barrymore plays Lucy, who suffers from short-term memory loss due to an injury in a car accident. She wakes up every day, lives her life, and forgets about it after she sleeps. The next day, she starts over again in the exactly same way. That's how I feel every winter after this fall surge. When the calendar hits the new year, it's like we have to build the market again. That's exactly why opportunities show up. What's happening? The winter market presents the lowest inventory levels of the year. Lower buyer activity because of the low inventory, and it's the highest seller motivation. If someone lists in December or January, they are not testing the market. They are committed. This is where deals happen. Not always flashy deals, but cleaner negotiations, better terms, and sometimes surprisingly good prices. Who this is good for? Buyers who are flexible. People who care more about value than selection. If you plan to buy a home during the winter months, be prepared to offer longer dates, and most importantly, bring a flashlight, because it'll most likely be dark when you view the home. But here's where most people get this completely wrong. They think timing is about when. There is one major factor that will determine if you bought at the right time, and we'll dig into it next. Seasons matter, but it's not the whole story. Like any asset class, real estate in Vancouver doesn't just move through seasons, it moves through cycles. There are buyer's markets, seller's markets, and balanced markets. This gets confusing to most people, so one way to think about it is like the hit reality TV show, The Bachelor, where an eligible man of honor gets to choose his potential wife. Each week, the bachelor hands out a rose to the contestants. The one left without a rose is not the chosen one and is asked to leave the party. They keep doing this every week until there is one man and one woman. In a buyer's market, the buyer is the one handing out the roses. There are more listings than buyers, prices soften, negotiating power shifts to the buyer. In a seller's market, the seller is the one handing out the roses. Inventory is low, competition is high, seller is called the shots. In a balanced market, that's where the final rose is handed out. There are enough choices for the right amount of buyers. It's the most favorable market conditions. Balanced markets do not last long. So you are supposed to buy in a buyer's market and sell in a seller's market. Timing isn't just when you buy, it's about who's handing out the roses. Got it, Casanova? Lastly, the best time to buy a home in Vancouver may not even have anything to do with the calendar or the market cycles. It may just come down to being at the right place at the right time. It's when you find a seller who already bought a place, is relocating, is dealing with life changes, or just wants out. And being presented with the opportunity, you have two choices to make. You glorify the situation to your buddies at your next round of golf on how you did everything right because you seized the opportunity. Or you talk about the efforts you made in philanthropy because of the amount of money you donated to someone else so that they can brag to you at the golf course about the deal that they got. Because one motivated seller can beat perfect timing every single time. So, when is the best time to buy in Vancouver? Well, it depends when you're ready. Yeah, I know, not the most satisfying answer. If I were to summarize it for you, it would look like this. Spring offers the best selection, but it's the most competitive time of the year. Summer brings less pressure, allowing room for negotiations. Fall offers a mixed bag, but realistically, it's a balanced opportunity. Winter is where you'll find motivated sellers, but fewer options. But the smartest buyers are not chasing that perfect time. They make sure they're ready to act when the right opportunity shows up. Hopefully, this information helped you clear your mind about when you should buy a home in Vancouver. With all the noise out there, it's easy to become confused and lose sight of your end goals. If you're wondering when the best time for you to buy a home is, and would like to have a discussion to get started, this is a conversation that I would love to have. So please email me at info@happyhomesvancouver.com or send a text message to 778-688-6838. And let's get you settled into your happy home. If you found this video helpful and want to see more of it, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel or share with a friend so that you can help us help more people. In the meantime, check out my other video on this channel where we discuss when the best time to sell a home in Vancouver is. Again, my name is Simon Liu, here to serve you here in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.